Coming from concept design, you would work with the designers and, say, an art director, and you create the environment that the gameplay is going to be taking place. And now I'm more involved with the art direction. I've got a good understanding of what designers are wanting, where they come from. So when they look at us and say, "Well, we're looking to have a battle scenario in a warehouse," that whole design of that warehouse is then left for us to bring together and give them a lot of options to how to make that the best environment to play in. We've got world artists who are building the world. We've got character artists who are creating the characters. We've got the cutscene team, which is looking at the storyboard artists and then working through to the animators. And then we have a front-end team, which is looking at anything that's a menu that's on screen that you would interact with. I always compare it to a film director, where you'll get a script and you work with the script to try and emphasise, say, some of the characters or the environments, and we have a script writer that works with the designers to try and formulate how that happens and what the layout, and then I'll get involved to a bit like a production designer to show sets what I'm looking at, and then work with we do a lot of mocap now, a lot of motion capture. And so that's almost like working with real actors. So you work with them to get that real acting to come out, because then it translates to our animations, and that all goes into our game. The game I'm presently working on is Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. So this is a map that we created with design, or I created, and what it is design had an idea of making the whole area of a forest usable. And so what I first initially did was to sketch out all of the design mechanics, or the design action that's going to happen. You're going to be meeting Doxies, you're going to be meeting Inferi, and placing that within a world. We've created this map, which you then go into, and we create the world within that. So this is kind of a high level, almost like looking like an ordnance survey map if you're going out walking or whatever. That's what we'd use to create our first initial maps, of which you then go into and build, quite a large scale for the designers to play in, really. Good sketching ability to sketch out ideas is a really good way of communicating, because you have to communicate with a lot of different people, and a good written descriptions are great, and your presentation, but having sketches is a really good, and not to be too afraid of how a lot of the sketches I may have shown today are quite polished because they're for an exec review, but for a designer I have sketchbooks and you're just throwing down ideas, and I think don't be afraid to show them, because that's what you're going to be using as a language.